Remember last week on Monday, and it was a victory Monday, and everybody had, as my son would say, everybody had wind. There was all these wins that we were talking about. This is the opposite of that. The Vols didn't play, and the Titans lost, and just everybody lost. It was a non-victory Monday. This is a non-victory Monday. Blaine spent a lot of time yesterday tweeting about the draft and blowing things up, and let's trade this guy.
After the game?
Yes.
The draft and
let's just blow it up and get better draft picks, and then can I do a patented Blaine Bishop? Stop that.
I don't know what.
Everybody wants to trade everybody today.
Oh, I didn't
Let's trade Christian Fulton for
the difference
multiple
between
picks.
me and them is I don't get to do post game anymore for whatever reason. And
I was out there too. Remember?
I was out there. Yeah, we know. And then and so I was out to dinner enjoying my day.
Oh.
My day does not revolve around whether the Titans or Tennessee wins or lose. If I'm getting to that point, man, my fandom has gotten way out of control if that happens. Now, a playoff game, I'll get pretty perturbed, especially I'm just like everybody else pissed off about that Bengals loss because that was the best team in a long time that had a great shot at going to the Super Bowl. But yesterday was a different story. And you know what? This one actually hurts a little bit differently than the other ones because when I watch film of the Colts, the Titans are a better team. Now, they didn't play better than them yesterday, and we all know how that can happen in sports. You know, you just have a bad day. What's more disappointing is I said the offense will continue to evolve, and they did. They went from 20 to 20. They just couldn't, close it out and get touchdowns every time when they were down there. They're getting more field goals, which I think was, 3 or 4 of them in the red zone. And, the Colts play a real conservative defense that is kind of like the bend, don't break type. Even they have no superstars in secondary. D-Hop had a big day, which I thought they would in the passing game. A running game, they played them pretty solid. But all in all, I was just disappointed. Maybe if you got one of those field goals was a touchdown, I think I'd be completely super duper happy about how the offense played. Now, the surprise here, and I'm really discouraged because if it doesn't get better, they're going to be in trouble. So I don't want anybody, to your point on the stop that, I don't want anybody ever to say, I don't care how well they play from here on out, I don't want to hear anybody say that this defense is elite. I've been real close to saying they're not because I said the secondary isn't elite.
Right.
So don't say anything about – there's nothing elite about anything about yesterday from every level. From D-line, I think they got 1 sack. I don't know how many pressures. Maybe 5. I don't know.
2.
And how many?
2.
Yeah, see? Yeah. And so in linebackers, they look like poop. Both of them. Poop. All right, now, third level, we can just all go to untimely penalties by Christian Fulton. So at every level on the defensive side, they were horrendous. I'm sorry. And you can't let a running back, good solid running back, he's just a good solid running back in the National Football League. He can't go for, 160 or whatever that crap he went. So that can never happen. And that's what we always do, run against the run. What? No, not in this game. So I don't know if we just help T.R. Tart make a whole bunch of money or not.
Yeah.
Because Tart is going to be like laughing, like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, man, that was, I was just stunned. If they would have played halfway decent like they always do, at least up front,
Right.
we would have walked away with this game easy, real easy. Whether it was Richardson or Minshew. And actually, as much as Richardson is a better athlete, Minshew's the better quarterback as of today because of his familiarity with the offense and being in the scheme last year where was he? In Philadelphia, right? Where was he as a backup? Mm-hmm. So that's what, that part just, man, I can't believe at all levels on defense that they just stunk it up like that. That was, man, that hurt me because then he's like, this is how this team is built. That front seven got to get after the quarterback. And to me, we should be playing a whole bunch of zone behind it if our front four is what they think it is. Because then you say, well, let them go hunt, kind of like Tampa Bay, Tom Brady's first year there. And then we'll just play zone, get our hands on everybody, and then we'll sink and try to make plays and keep everything in front of us.
Right.
We don't do it. We go man-to-man, and then Christian Fulton gets a holding, whether it's deserved, gets double moved. And he's not the only one, but in this game he was. Now, besides quarterback, to me, there's never a single player that can cost a game. Now, there can be a play that costs them on a drive, But to say that a player, which I think a lot of people are on social media, first of all, Christian Fulton's dad got to quit defending him. You got to keep it moving. Let's start there first, and then Fulton has to own up to when he makes mistakes. So those two things got to happen. Now, for me, as far as him, being benched and all that, I really love to hear what people's thoughts are. But before I ask that question, what disappointed you more? This is the question that came to me. The D-line, the secondary and the untimely penalties by Christian Fulton and the D-line linebackers, and red zone offense. What disappointed you more? Because all those things, the Titans formerly was pretty good at them. Maybe not this season in the red zone, but you would thought they would, over time, it would, smooth itself out. Those things really hurt. But I also am trying to put myself in Vrabel's shoes before you want to make a knee-jerk reaction. If someone would ask me, hey, what did you think about Blaine Bishop's play? Did you think about benching him? Mm-hmm. In a critical, wasn't like he was bad the whole game. He just had some critical penalties that cost him, no doubt about it. Right, and it's been some continuation of some other games.
Right.
So it's not just this game. And he said he thought about it. Now, we got an honest opinion from him. But if you're talking about your brethrens, just like your family, they get in arguments, disputes, even fights in the house, right? But everybody gets along. But you're going to tell people publicly, oh, yeah, they fight. Everybody knows what goes on in the house. So to me, if I'm a coach, if you want to keep everything in house, I think I would have said, and I would have lied, like you always do about certain things. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said it. Now, in his face, I would have told him that, just like he did probably at halftime. Everybody's saying, he said, I don't know what he actually said at halftime. I wasn't there. But he says he got to play aggressive or whatever he said to him. So I would not bench him. I would go about this whole process just like I did with Dillard. No different. I'm going to play this all the way out till we get to the bye. Because I want to see if you can rebound. Because remember, my big thing is, as an athlete, is you're going to have failures, especially at cornerback.
Sure. It's designed that way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's designed that way. The league is all going that way. So he needs to, I know you want to give him a wake-up call, but this is not college. This is the pros. Mm-hmm. Either you're going to bench him and you're going to move on. And you want to wait till maybe the season's going in the direction you don't, because he is the best available player. You can say what you want to about that, but he is. Hey, I love Trey Avery or whoever else you want to put out there, but at the end of the day, he's still the better player. Now, is he playing to that, and is he having some technical and pick-a-boo in the backfield issues at times? Yes. So until he, gets past that. Now, sometimes you can sit somebody and say, hey, I'm going to play you, but I'm going to start this guy. And so you can actually see, because sometimes you learn more standing on the sideline in a game at your position, which I did as an injured player, standing there if you're really paying attention and stay engaged, and can see like how things are unfolding than when you're actually in the game. So maybe he needs that. I don't know. But it can't continue after one more game. I think you start considering. But me as a head coach, I would have never said that. Just me personally. That's just my style. Behind the closed doors, I could be MFing them all day.
Sure.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm going to do publicly, because guess why you don't do that? In sports, whether you bench them or not, is at some point in the National Football League, you can't just go pick up players and think they're going to be good all over the place. It's not college where you got 150 guys on your team. Oh, I'm going to go to the next guy.
Right.
At some point, you're going to need them. And now you're messing with the mental psyche. He's still strong there mentally, and I think that's why he answered the way he answered after the game. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm playing against the rest. Well, people don't want to hear that. You need to just take ownership. Right. Whether that's true or not, you got to just do it. So if not, you fall into these booby traps of everybody saying different things in connotation of what you really meant. You probably felt like it was no harm. It was, you had a couple bad calls. And maybe one of them, I think the one that we said he was holding on the move, the guy run down the field, that one was questionable. The other one, all legit. So, yeah, I'm real big on mental psyche, especially at a position that's real delicate, is really hard at cornerback, quarterback. You could start getting in his head. Now he's gonna start second guessing himself, and maybe that's what he's doing already. And this is why I love that this is happening to him. And he may not love it.
Yeah.
Everybody, oh, he's in contract year. He's gonna have a great year. No, you play every year to be great. So it's not that. So why isn't he playing great then? He not. Guess what? It might be the opposite for him. He may be taking more risk because he wants to get paid and he knows he's not coming back here. Yeah. See, so I'm going to go give him one more game, see if he can clean it up, because they're going to continue to attack. There's too much on tape now. Not just this game, as other games. So, and see where we go. But this is not a game that Christian Fulton lost this game. That's not how I feel about this game. Now, did it happen at the end and then call? Yeah, but there was a whole bunch of plays. Well, who all was wrong on that long run by Zach? There's a whole bunch of people, D-line, linebackers, safeties that was chasing. That hardly ever happens.
Yeah,
and especially I would have felt better if it was Jonathan Taylor, as bad as that sound. Just because I know he's a great back.
Think about paying Jonathan Taylor before that game and then seeing the other guy do what he did and thinking, this guy's making nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So they, now I'm sure in film, a lot of, at least on the Colts side, they probably looked at him and said he had some 20-yard runs, and they would have said, oh, Jonathan Taylor would have took it to the house. Yeah. And they eased him in there, and they really didn't use him very much at all. They knew going into the game that they're going to use Moss. That's what they're going to do. So, yeah, this was a stinker. This one hurts because I just felt like we were the better team and we didn't play to that level. Got to give credit to the Colts. They did enough, man. But, jeez, man, no turnovers. D-Hop had a heck of a day. It's man. And then only, I like him going for it on fourth down. I don't know about the play call. There with Henry. Looks like there was a lot of undecided mess ups there with two guys motion and stop. They still have the wherewithal to understand, we got to stop here for a second and then move. I would have called timeout right there.
Yeah.
Because then there's confusion, and then we're at a point where I don't want confusion on this play. I don't even know if we had any timeouts, but easier said than done. But immediately that's what I was thinking. Play ran. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, and that did not work. I don't remember who missed the block. I want to say it was Hubbard.
I want to say Hubbard got folded up like a chair and moved out of the way.
Yeah, I think it was Hubbard. I went back and watched it, but all I could see was him get up and look around like, uh-oh.
Which one of y'all kicked me?
You were you. You did it, dude. But, when you have, one back. Pass blocking was okay. They were chipping at times, helping Dillard. So I don't know if they really need to do that as much. But, yeah, I can't even tell you if he's better. Just in this game, he was better. I don't know.